Let's be real for a second. Money, it can be a huge source of stress, right? It often feels complicated, maybe even a little overwhelming. But what if you could actually flip that script? What if you could turn all that anxiety into a real feeling of security and confidence? Well, that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. We're building a blueprint to transform that financial worry into genuine peace of mind.
I mean, seriously, who hasn't been there? It's 3 in the morning, you're staring at the ceiling, and your mind is just racing. You're thinking about bills, about the future, about what happens if the car suddenly breaks down. It's that knot in your stomach, that feeling that you're just one little thing away from a total crisis. If that sounds familiar, you are absolutely not alone.
In fact, get this, a whopping 72% of Americans feel stressed out about money. That's almost 3 out of every 4 people. So whatever you're feeling, it's not some personal failure. It is a massive, shared experience. But, just knowing that doesn't really fix the problem, does it? Having a plan, a real plan, does.
So let's reframe this whole thing. We're not just going to deal with the stress. Nope. We are going to actively build something. Think of it as your own personal financial fortress. A structure so strong, so well designed, that it can handle the inevitable storms life is going to throw at you. This is about taking control, not feeling anxious.
Every single great fortress starts with a solid foundation. You just can't build strong walls on shaky ground, right? And when it comes to your money, that foundation is all about 2 things: awareness and control. It's about really truly understanding where your money is going, so you can finally start telling it where you want it to go.
So this foundation has 3 key pillars. First, you have to track your spending. This is a total non-negotiable. For just 1 month, just watch, see where every single dollar goes. Second, once you have that info, you use it to create a budget. And a budget is just a plan for your money. That's it. And third, you automate the whole system so it works for you in the background, without you having to think about it all the time.
Now, I know the word budget can kind of make people's eyes glaze over. It sounds restrictive, so let's make it super simple. One of the most popular ways to do this is called the 50-30-20 rule. It's just a really straightforward, easy-to-follow framework for giving every single one of your dollars a specific job.
So here's how it breaks down. 50% of your take-home pay goes to your absolute needs. We're talking rent or mortgage, utilities, food, transportation, the essentials. 30% is for your wants, the fun stuff, dining out, hobbies, streaming services. And here's the game changer. That last 20%, that goes straight to savings and paying down debt. This 20% is you, brick by brick, actively building the walls of your fortress.
Okay, once that foundation is set and that 20% is flowing where it needs to go, we can start putting up some serious defensive walls. These are the buffers that are going to protect you when life, gets messy and unpredictable.
The first and maybe the most important wall you can build is your emergency fund. This is your financial safety net, pure and simple. The goal here is to save up 3 to 6 months' worth of your essential living expenses. Put it in a separate savings account that's easy to get to. If you lose your job, if you have a medical scare, this fund is what keeps the entire fortress from collapsing. It's absolutely crucial.
Now, the other major threat to your walls, high-interest debt. Think of credit card debt like a trebuchet constantly hurling rocks at your fortress. It just wears you down. So how do you fight back? Well, there are 2 main battle plans to choose from.
You've got 2 main strategies. First is the debt snowball. This one is all about psychology. You pay off your smallest debts first, regardless of the interest rate. Getting that quick win gives you momentum, it keeps you motivated. Then there's the debt avalanche. This one is pure math. You attack the debt with the highest interest rate first, which will save you the most money in the long run. There's no wrong answer here. It's all about picking the one that you are actually going to stick with.
All right, with your defenses in place, it is time to go on offense. A truly great fortress isn't just about surviving storms. It's about expanding its resources, growing its power. And for us, that means growing your income and putting your money to work for you. Your income isn't always a fixed number. You can negotiate for a raise at your job, you can learn a new skill that makes you more valuable in the market, you could start a side hustle doing something you love, or you could freelance with the skills you already have. Every dollar you add is like a new supply line strengthening your fortress.
And this is where the real magic happens. Investing is how you build for the long haul. And it is not just for rich people. By consistently putting money into retirement accounts, like a 401k or an IRA, you tap into the incredible power of compound interest. Basically, it's when your money starts making its own money, which then starts making even more money.
It creates this amazing snowball effect over time. It's the slow, steady, powerful force that builds true, lasting wealth. But here's a secret that a lot of people miss. A fortress is only as strong as its commander. You can have all the best systems, all the right accounts, but if your mindset, your psychology around money isn't right, the whole structure is vulnerable.
This is so important. You need to shift your thinking. You're going to make mistakes. You'll overspend 1 month. It happens. It's okay. The goal here isn't to be perfect. It's just to make consistent progress. So celebrate those small wins. Celebrate paying off that first credit card or hitting your first $1,000 in savings. Progress is the name of the game.
And hey, you know who you should be comparing yourself to? Not your friend who just bought a new car, not that person on social media with the fancy vacation. That is a game you will never, ever win, and it just creates stress. The only person you should compare yourself to is your past self. Are you doing better today than you were 6 months ago? That is the only thing that matters. That's real progress.
And finally, no fortress is complete until you secure the perimeter. That's what insurance is. It's not just another bill, it's your armor. It protects you, your family, your stuff, and your income from one of those catastrophic events that could just wipe out everything you've worked so hard to build. It's that final layer of your financial peace of mind.
Look, building a fortress doesn't happen in a day. It happens one brick at a time. So forget about the huge, overwhelming scale of it all for just a minute. Ask yourself this: what is the one small, simple, manageable brick you can lay today? Maybe it's just downloading an app to track your spending. Or maybe it's setting up an automatic transfer of just $20 to your savings account. Whatever it is, no matter how small, start there. Start now.